Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the J.B Memorial Race. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 54 laps around Goodwood Circuit. And if anybody doesn't know, Goodwood Circuit is a historic venue for both two- and four-wheeled motorsports in the United Kingdom, one of its most famous. Let's start the race off by introducing the gentleman who will be running it. In car number 1, we have Flight. In car number 2, we're moving down to Tedward. Car number 3, driven by the one and only Crazy Al. Car number 4, strong competitor Steve Strong. Car number 6 is Mindles. Or 5, sorry, Mindles. Car number 6 is Goliath, Mr. Toe Socks himself. We're going to round it out here now with Blue Stingray in car position 7. Steve-O in position 8. Brandon B-Legs in position 9, myself in position 10. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Kicking Horses in 10th. Real Deal is in 11th. Rezal 70 starting in 12th. And one of the founders of this stream and the guy who's putting this all together, Mr. Laser Racing himself, rounding out the pack. Alright, gentlemen, get ready to start your engines. Rip down this track. Here we go when the fifth light drops. It will be go time. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen, for the formation lap of the first ever J.B Memorial 54 laps sprint around Goodwood Motor Circuit. Just going to take a moment here to pay tribute to the man that this was all in favor of. A little bit of craziness right off the bat. They wouldn't call this the Hooligan Racing Club for nothing. Seems to be keeping it in a straight line. You'll see us all come down that back straight. I believe this is Woodcote Corner or Madgwick. Not too familiar, but I'll get it down by the end of the stream. Once again, just a nice formation lap in honor of Mr. John Bailey. Everyone keeping it nice and tidy. Now when we get to the starting line, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to start for real. We will be headed into 54 laps, approximately an hour and a half of racing. A little history about Goodwood. The racing circuit began its life as a perimeter track around RAF Westonfett Airfield. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but we'll get it. This was constructed in World War II as a relief airfield for RAF Tangier. The first race meeting took place on 18th of September 1948. It was organized by the Junior Car Club and sanctioned by the Duke of Richmond and Gordon himself. Alright, now here we come around Woodcote Corner, and we're going to come around through the chicane, ladies and gentlemen. And once we get through that chicane, that terrible chicane, is going to cost a lot of time for some people in this race. I can guarantee you that we will be off and running. Here we go, the chicane. Flight's going to lead it off across the start-finish line, and everyone is going to go. Oh, we've got a bit of a pile-up. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Flight's off to an early lead, followed by Tedward, Crazy Al, Steve Strong, Mindles, Goliath, Blue Stingray, and myself in 8th place. Laser's gonna definitely make his way through the pack here in only a moment. There's Laser now, him and I are battling. Just let him go by me here in a second. Oh, Tedward off the grass. Getting it back into Flight. Crazy Al is gonna be able to finish off that move. Mindles and Goliath battling for fifth. Steve Strong hot on the tails of Flight. Oh, and we have some more action around Boardwater Corner. Oh, sorry, that was Madgwick. Now they're coming into the Boardwater Corner. We're at 3 wide, almost 4. Moore manages to keep it together. We're coming to Madgwick. Riding the curve there, I can slow you down if you're not careful. Real Deal's coming up on the outside of Kicking Horse. It's going to be a battle for 8th there. These two are going to trade back and forth several times this race. Crazy Al in first place again. Oh, and now Steve Strong showing us what he can do into first place. Seems like he messed up that corner, yes, and he's going to drop significantly all the way down to 7th, 8th, 9th. Who knows where the carnage stops. One little mistake, ladies and gentlemen, it's another couple laps before he gained that position back with the catch bar. Mindles is now taking first place. Oh, Crazy Al's taking back. We have Laser Racing in third. Expect to see him up there pretty much for the rest of the race now that he's worked his way through the pack. Goliath and Steve-O rounding out third, fourth. Blue Stingray hanging on in fifth place. Nice, steady, consistent fifth place from Blue Stingray. Here we come into a Woodcock corner. We've got Rezal and B-Legs. Oh, both are off the track. We're going to have contact here. No, but we do have somebody hit the wall. B-Legs making spin. Oh, and Real Deal. Absolutely T-boning B-Legs. He would definitely not be walking away from that one. Thank God we're just playing a video game. B-Legs finishes that little bobble in 11th place. It's going to hurt. Laser Racing still out in front after 9 laps. And Steve Strong now setting a new fastest lap with 1:12.274, although that doesn't really count because ketchup is on. Well, it seems Tedwards decided to take a little bit of a tour through the tulips. As we come into the Levant corner through St. Mary's. A little bit of a bump there from Steve Strong in the back of Kicking Horse, knocking him off the track. He's going to go do some lawn cutting as well. Lawn is looking kind of tall. Alright, here we come through the Levant straight into Woodcock corner, followed by the chicane. It'll be interesting to see if anybody pits. We're on lap 10. Those soft tires have to be getting a little wore out considering the pace that this track is exerted on this gentleman. Ted going a little wide there. They make it through the chicane. A little bit of touching. We'll see if he enters the pits and who he's followed by. Oh, he does enter the pits, and he seems to be followed by Blue Stingray. Now, it'll be an interesting choice to see whether they put mediums on or softs. I'm going to go with softs. Here we are following Rezal, who's going to gain 2 positions, or no, he's going to enter the pits as well. Seems to be pretty hard on those soft tires. It is a tire game, gentlemen. Here we are on lap 11, ladies and gentlemen, with the first pack making its way around Woodcock corner. Several cars coming down the Levant straight. Let's see if Good Laser Racing is going to go in the pits. He is. Will he be followed by anyone? Yes, he is. Steve-O follows him into the pits. Giving up the position to Crazy Al, who's now taking over first. Steve Strong in second, and Goliath in third. Kicking Horse is now in 4th place, and he's been charging hard, trying to make up for some previous follows. Rounding out that, we have Mindles in 5th, Tedward in 6th, and Blue Stingray in 7th. Laser and Steve-O coming out of the pits now. They're going to try and make up that time. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Battle for 3rd place. Goliath pushing hard. Steve Strong's tail. Kicking Horse coming through this chicane. William Lissy navigates it excellently. Steve Strong's charging hard up his tail, though. Goliath not far behind. And Mindles heads into the pits on lap 13. Steve Strong getting a little wide, drifty. Manages to hang on. Kicking Horse still holding on to second, and Goliath is charging hard up the outside as they head into Ford Water corner. Steve Strong's still holding tight on 4th place, Goliath in 3rd, Kicking Horse in 2nd, and Crazy Al in 1st. Laser Racing has worked his way up to 7th now, with Blue Stingray in 6th and Tedward in 5th. 2nd place, Kicking Horse is fighting off lots of pressure from 2. And a little bumping and grinding. He's going to go wide, and he's going to give up the position. No, he manages to... Oh, Steve Strong does manage to sneak by him, but he can't make that pass stick. His Kicking Horse once again comes through, and will he? Yes, he does, through the chicane. A little bit on the grass, but these cars are going to be... Oh, and into the pits goes Kicking Horse, followed by Crazy Al. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are on lap 14 of this 54-lap race, and I'm just going to give a little bit of a history here of Goodwood Motor Circuit. Goodwood has, over the years, played host to many famous drivers, from Mike Hoffman and Graham Hill, who had their first single-seat races here to Roger Penske, who visited in 1963. There was also a terrible accident here in 1962 that ended Sterling Moss's international career at St. Mary's Corner. Donald Campbell demonstrated his Bluebird CN7's land speed record car at Goodwood in July of 1960 at its initial public launch, and again in July of 1962, before the car was shipped to Australia, where it finally broke the record in 1964. The car was a 30-foot-long Bristol Siddeley turbine-powered 4,500 horsepower streamliner with a theoretical top speed of 450 to 500 miles per hour. The laps at Goodwood were effectively at tick-over speed because the car had only 4 degrees of steering lock. Imagine trying to take that around some of these tight corners like Levant. Goodwood saw its last race meeting for over 30 years in 1966 because the owners did not want to modify the track with more chicanes to control the increased speeds of modern racing cars. The last event of the era was a club meeting organized by the British Automobile Racing Club on the 2nd of July, 1966. The lap record was 1 minute and 20.4 seconds, set by both Jackie Stewart and Jim Clark in the 1965 Glover Trophy, the final Formula One race at the circuit. The circuit claimed the life of McLaren founder Bruce McLaren in a testing accident on the 2nd of June 1970. The accident happened on the Levant Straight, where a rear bodywork failure on his McLaren M8D Can-Am car caused it to spin and leave the track, hitting the bunker. The car would go on to win the opening event of that year's Can-Am Championship. Now for some more recent history, in 2009, the Mongol Rally, a charity fundraising car rally to Mongolia, moved its starting point from Hyde Park, London to Goodwood. Entrants are on show to the public in the paddock before beginning the rally with a parade lap around the circuit. The Breakfast Club was introduced in March of 2006. This is a semi-regular, free-to-enter and open-to-all monthly gathering of drivers and riders who come to view each other's cars, bikes, etc. Each meeting is themed with striking examples of the day's theme, paraded from the start-finish straight. The circuit also hosted the 1982 UCI Road World Championships for cycle racing, notable for the men's professional race, which saw a late breakaway of the American rider Jacques Boyer being closed down by a pack led by Boyer's teammate and future triple Tour de France winner and double Road World champion Greg LeMond. The circuit was used as a filming location in the historical drama series Downton Abbey. In May 2019, the track was added into Gran Turismo Sport as a free update. Due to COVID restrictions during 2020, the Festival of Speed members and revival meetings were cancelled and replaced by an event called Speed Week, combining elements from all 3 events. Laser Racing in first, Kicking Horse in second, Tedward in third, Steve Strong in fourth, and Flight rounding at the top 5 with Goliath pushing hard up in position 6. They're quite tight here as they come up into the Ford Water corner. Wide. Kicking Horse goes a little wide, loses that position. Tedward takes it over. Now Laser's got the pressure on him, and Tedward makes that pass stick as they come through St. Mary's into the Levant. One more time through the Levant straight. Kicking Horse is right on Laser's tail, trying to give him a little boost. Now he's going to give Tedward a bit of a push. And yes, it seems that Kicking Horse got a little bit out of control there and pushed Tedward off the track, but Tedward will be able to make it back. He always finishes well. In second place, Steve Strong in first. Third place is Flight. And where did Laser Racing drop down to? Oh no, 4th position. I'm guessing some more dirty tactics played there by someone. Laser Racing's in first, Kicking Horses in second. Goliath in third, pushing hard as always. Real deal clawed his way up to 4th. What an amazing race he's been having. And of course, running at the top 5, you've got Blue Stingray always charging hard on everyone's heels. Steve-O hanging on in 6th, Middles in 7th, and Crazy Al in 8th. We'll expect to see more from these guys later on. Oh, here we come through Woodcock Corner, through the chicane. Goliath looks like he's going to need to pit. He gets a little wide onto the grass. Will he be able to make that corner? Just hangs on to it. Now let's see if he can find his way into the pit box. And he has, thank goodness for that. He must be racing on bad tires, following along with the real deal, you know. now as we come through the Madgewick corner into Ford Water. He takes it a little wide. Happens quite a bit. Gotta be paying attention on this track. May seem easy, but the slightest distraction and you're off in the rhubarb. Alright, here we come down the Levant straight. Edwards in first, Lasers in second, Goliath's in third, and Steve-O's in fourth. Running at the top five, we've got Blue, Stingray, Crazy Al, Real Deal, and Flight. Here they come through Woodcut Corner once again and into the chicane. Let's see how they decide to handle this one. Oh, and it looks like we've had a bit of an accident here. We're going to have to go back and check the replay on that one. Oh, a little more carnage. Flight going into that barrier. That's all just backing off completely. Everyone else seems to make it through the corner all right. And let's right on board for that replay. Here we have Resol 70 coming down the Levant straight into Woodcock corner. Seems to handle that nicely. A little short and boxy, but pretty good. And we'll see what happens here at the chicane. Oh, just happens to over-rotate the car. Just going to try and make it back onto the track before he causes any more of an accident. Going a bit of the wrong way. Let's see if he can cut it tight enough. Oh, and into the next barrier. Let's hope everyone manages to make it past him cleanly. A little bit of an accident. Oh, there it is. Flight off into the barrier. Flight giving a little love tap before taking off himself. Alright, let's skip ahead to lap 38. Flight's in first, Edwards in second, Kicking Horse in third, and Goliath in fourth. Blue Stingray rounding out the top five with Steve-O in sixth, Crazy Al in seventh, and Steve Strong in eighth. Once again through Ford Water and into St. Mary's. It's hoping everybody can keep it clean. I've said that before, but this track can be tricky, especially as your tires get used up. He's racing in 10th place. He must have just come out of the pits. It won't be long before we see him in the top three. Real Deal cutting across that corner, making it stick. Laser racing right behind him. Up to Crazy Al now as they make their way through the Levant corner and down the straight. Steve-O pushing hard up the outside, takes fourth. Blue Stingray in third. Oh, bit of a contact from Steve-O and Kicking Horse. So keep that sorted out. And a little bit more contact from Steve-O. Blue Stingray in second now. Steve-O in third, fourth. And Kicking Horse in fifth, pardon me. With the Real Deal getting a penalty. Seems like a 3-second penalty. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back through the chicane. Flight in first, Edward in second, and Kicking Horse in third. The track is starting to look a little bit dewy as the clouds roll in. Now, whether there's moisture on that track, it's definitely cooling down, which is going to affect how these tires handle. Kicking Horse off into the corner. Serious damage going to be caused there. Blue Stingray in fifth, Laser in fourth, Mindles in sixth, Kicking Horse right behind him in eighth, though trying to make those positions back as they come around Ford Water corner and heading into St. Mary's. Kicking Horse comes through the Levant corner, expertly navigated, followed closely by Steve-O. Mindles in sixth. Car number 14's having a great presentation this evening. A little bit of contact between Steve Strong and Blue Stingray. Steve-O taking the inside against Kicking Horse. Kicking Horse giving Blue Stingray a bit of a boost. Blue Stingray into the wall. Putting Steve-O into the wall. Kicking Horse, of course, unable to stop in time, giving him a little nudge as well. Blue Stingray makes it past Steve-O. Lap 42, Goliath's in fourth place, Laser Racing in third, Tedward in second, and Flight in first. As they come around the Levant corner and down the straight. To finish out lap 42, we're going to go through Woodcock corner, through the chicane, and back across the start-finish line. Mindles, oh, a bit of a push, and into the wall he goes. That's going to cost him dearly. They be able to make it stick. Kicking Horse does make it stick, and he's in the fourth place. Goliath dropping down to fifth, but charging hard. Kicking Horse now charging onto Tedward. Let's see if he can pull that one off. And he does. And Goliath once again off into the grass. Tedward comes across the corner pretty tight. A bit of contact between Laser and Kicking Horse as they come around the Levant corner and down the straight. Kicking Horse making that pass stick though, with Flight in first, Kicking Horse in second, Laser racing in third, and Tedward hard charging in fourth place. Blue Stingray once again top 5. Everyone really showing off their skill this race. Oh, Kicking Horse losing control on that tricky bit of the Woodcock corner as the tires start to lose grip. Laser racing third place, Kicking Horse drops down to fourth, Blue Stingray in fifth, and Goliath in sixth. As they come across the start-finish line, Minnels in seventh, Crazy Al in eighth, Steve-O in ninth, Real Deal in 10th. As he comes through the chicane, Crazy Al's headed into the pits for wets, it looks like. And Steve Strong having a little bit of troubles. And here we join B-Legs now up to Rezal, who's in 13th place. And he's going to head into the pits for new tires. Coming down the Levant straight. White in first place, Tedward in second. Kicking Horse in third place. He's battled himself back and forth for the last 40 laps. Let's see how he performs as we come up into the last home stretch of this Memorial Race. He's racing in fourth, battling hard on Kicking Horse's tail. A little bit more action there through the chicane. And Flight heads into the pits, followed by Tedward. And we're back coming down the Levant straight. Goliath in 7th place. Pressing hard on Crazy Al, Kicking Horse in 5th. Goliath's dropping down to 7th. As we come around the Woodcock corner and through the chicane. So for a drama-free entry and exit here. Oh, looks like a little bit of contact between Goliath and Mindels. Sends Mindels sitting off into the grass. Interesting, because Goliath and Laser also decide to pit immediately after. Guessing tires role in that little bit of an accident, or kerfuffle, as they say. Tedward charging up the outside, taking that position for Blue Stingray, and manages to hang on right on his tail. Crazy Al now in second, Tedward in third. A little bit of contact between those, and it looks like we might have a bit of a pileup as we go into the chicane here. Let's hope they can all navigate it safely. A little bit of contact with Blue Stingray. Kicking Horse catching a penalty. Tedward heading into the pits, followed by Kicking Horse. Let's see what they go. Kicking Horse having hard tires on. Let's see what he changes to. Blue Stingray holding on to 4th place. Evo in 3rd. Crazy Al in 2nd. Flight in 1st place. Flight setting the fastest lap. Steve Strong in 7th as they come down Ford Water corner up through St. Mary's. Goliath charging hard. Tedward, followed by Kicking Horse with a half a second penalty showing. He'll have to serve that as he comes down the Levant straight. B-Legs in 12th, lagging behind as he comes through Woodcock corner. And Rezal in 13th, just coming through Madgwick now. Now let's jump up to 4th place where Goliath is battling hard on Kicking Horse's heels, trying to take that 3rd spot away from him, while Flight and Laser Racing battle it out for 1st and 2nd. To Laser Racing, he's hot on Flight's heels as they come around through Ford Water and into St. Mary's. Flight braking a little early, gives Laser Racing pause as he backs off trying to keep it safe and clean. A little bit of Tokyo drift as we come through the Levant corner and down the Levant straight. Everyone seeming to keep it clean. On board now with Laser Racing. Camera switches to Kicking Horse as the teams make its way down through the Levant straight and again through Woodcock corner. Kicking Horse now in 3rd place as he tries to come around the inside and takes that position away from Laser Racing. What a bold move, Cotton. And now the lap 54. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the final lap of this 54-lap race. Flight's in 1st place, Kicking Horse in 2nd, Goliath in 3rd, Laser in 4th. Expect a lot of action as these guys battle it out hard for 1st place. Let's hope everyone can keep it clean. Kicking Horse working hard to try and keep that position as Goliath is pushing extra hard. Takes it Oh, Kicking Horse keeping that corner. Goliath in second, Lazen in third. Tires are going, I believe these guys pitted on lap 50, so they should be running on pretty good softs. Shouldn't be losing too much traction. Laser Racing now pushing his way up to second place, and Tedward in third. This is a lot of pressure for Kicking Horse. See if he can hold on. They come down the Levant straight. Nice defensive line, trying to keep two cars at bay. Kicking Horse going a little wide. Oh no, Laser Racing making it in, and Tedward, Kicking Horse just absolutely devastated by that. And then just absolutely bullied around the track by Goliath. As they come through the chicane, Kicking Horse drops all the way down to 10th place. And first place goes to Laser Racing, followed by Tedward, Goliath, and everybody else, with Kicking Horse coming in 10th. Bindles in 11th. And B-Legs and Rizal still trying to make their way through St. Mary's. That, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the 54-lap John Bailey Memorial. Thanks for tuning in as these cars take another formation lap around the track in honor of a great man.